good morning, welcome, good afternoon, good evening, depending which part of the world you're connecting from. I'm actually based in Johannesburg, and I'm super excited to be hosting you today. Depending on which part of the world you're actually connecting from, welcome. And I'm just here to share with you what I have today for you. Today is I've been having so many requests about success principles. So I just said, okay, let's quickly share some of these things that at least we have, and what is it that you can do for you, maybe to just help yourself to succeed, and follow some of the people that succeed in life do as well. So my name is Henry Moyo. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a certified coach, trainer, speaker. So if you want me to come at one of your events or at some of your events as well, that's what I do, and that's what I also help so many people achieve so many things that they want to do and achieve for themselves in life. So the first and foremost thing many people ask is, for you to be able to succeed, what is it that you stand for? What do you stand for? What are your values? What are the things that are core for you in your life? Why do you do what you do today? So these are the questions that are going to help you to have a strong foundation for anything that at least you want to do. So it's things that you stand for. You want to defend them no matter what happens to you. So you really need to define your values. What are your core values? What are the things that you stand for? So you can now make a list of what you believe maybe you represent, and also make a list of few situations that best represent your founding principles or your guiding principles that at least you stand for, and also make a list of what you hope to achieve maybe as a person. So those are things that are going to guide you, that are going to give you a direction of exactly what you want to do for. So many people, let's say I know many people that I interact with, they're in network marketing business. So define your values, define what you stand for, define what is it that you want to achieve and what you want to do. So don't get in a situation where you start wanting to make decisions when you're in the situation. So let's say if you say, hang on, my values are A, B, C, D, E. Maybe I want to do my business in an integrity way. Situations will present themselves that will compromise you. But if you've made a decision to say, hang on, this is how I do my business, no matter what comes your way, you still fall back onto your values. Not to say, now I can do this, now I can do this. But once you already make those decisions, you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing as well. And one thing that many people don't do is to set goals. It is very, very, very important. I don't know how I can stress this to people to say, hang on, setting goals is very, very important for you. So you don't just become a person of the moment to say, oh, I'm chasing this, I want to do this. No, you need to have a clear direction of what is it that you need to do, what you want to achieve, what does it take for you to achieve. So every day when you wake up, you can even ask yourself, have I done something that's in the direction of the goals that I want to achieve? So have you done something that's going to help you to do what you want to achieve? I can tell you right now, if you say I want to do a BCD, this is my goals, this is what I want to achieve, and you specify exactly. So when you set goals, you must set what you call maybe smart goals. They must be a very specific. You must specify, you must be very specific on what you want to achieve. Maybe if I say I want to double my sales, or I want to increase my revenue to 20,000, or let's say to 10,000, whatever amount it is per week or per month, then I need to know, okay, let's say if I want to make, let's say for argument's sake, I want to make 20,000 per month. That means, depending on the business that you are in. So that means if I'm to say I want to make 20,000 per month, I can divide it into weekly to say, okay, in a month, there are roughly about 4 weeks. So at least if I make about 5,000 per week, that means I'll hit my goal or my target of 20,000 per month. So you should be able to measure what you're doing. So then at least I would say, okay, fine. What is it that I must do on a day-to-day basis to achieve my goal? If I meet my daily goals, that means I'm going to meet my weekly target. Then if I meet my weekly target, I'm going to meet automatically meet my monthly goal or meet my yearly goal. So now your goal, you can break it down into smaller pieces, and then it must be something that's achievable, and you must be able to measure what you're doing. So some of the things you might measure by the activities that you need to do to achieve the goal. And also you need to have a time frame, and it must be relevant. It has a meaning for your business or for what you're doing as well. So don't just set something that has got no value and no meaning. So go onto our website, www.henryboyo.net. You will find a free session on how to set goals and how to challenge you to get the goals as well. So one, you need to create a rhythm for your business. So get into the rhythm. So what do I mean by getting into the rhythm? You have set up your goals. Now you know where you're going. What is it that you need to do? So let's say you need to make maybe sales calls every day, or you need to make certain number of calls. So get into the rhythm of making those calls, whether it's daily, weekly, whatever time it is. Maybe you have to do them in the morning, whatever it is. So get into a rhythm of doing that activity. So once at least you get into the rhythm and you start creating regular activities, now your progress is going to change as well. And also you start seeing you becoming a bit more productive once at least you get into that rhythm of taking action. And also you need to have a marketing plan. Many people that get into business, they don't have a marketing plan. They don't have anything in place to say, hang on, this is how I'm going to grow my business. This is what I'm going to do as well to create my business. How are people going to know about your product? How are people going to know about your business? You need to have a clear marketing plan as well. So on how to execute. So your marketing plan has got all the things in place. What's your target market? Whom are you targeting with your product? How are you going to maybe get them to know about your product? How are you going to reach out to them? How are you going to deliver the service? How are you going to do all those things? You need to put them in place as well. And most of the time is what are you selling? Before you determine who's your audience, it is critical to analyze what is it that you are selling before marketing your product. If you are selling a product, make a list of your product features and how it changes or affects the user. So if you are selling a service, make a list on how you are providing your service and how it changes or affects the consumer. So getting clear on what you are selling will allow you to determine your target audience. So the next thing is, what is your target audience? So how do you determine? So there's so many ways to determine your target audience. So you may want to look at the demographics, like your age or gender, geographic location, maybe earnings, or maybe family structure. So all these things, they help you determine the strategy, how you're gonna attack or um, approach all these different people or these different demographics. So what is your target? You want to be specific to help you assess what it is that sets you apart from other businesses. So right now you need to look at the people's lifestyle. What type of person are you targeting, considering their lifestyle as well? And at the same time, you're not the only one doing what you're doing. So how are you setting yourself apart from everybody else? So your existing or potential customer is the basis for your marketing strategy. So make sure you are saving the customer when you market your product. And many people, what sets you also your business and product is apart is how you present your product and how you interact with the consumer. So provide the consumer with the why of your product, not what it is or how you created it. Tell your story. It's the why. That's get back to the core of your company or your values and the purpose. It's so many people is they want to look at the why part of your product. What is it that is addressing? So not the actual features of the product, but people look at it and say, hang on, this product, it can help me A, B, C, D, E. So your story about the product, how it has helped you or how it has done certain things as well, it's a game changer than telling somebody more about. So stories tell more about about your product. I was just listening to somebody talking about describing cars and everything, to say, what, you can tell somebody this car is very reliable. It's got these features. You can tell them it's got so much horsepower. It can move from this. It's got this fuel consumption. And somebody can tell, hey, hang on, can you see this car? A 90-year-old drove this car all the way from, let's say, from Cape Town to Cairo by herself. Such a story, if you put it nicely, it will tell you already that, hang on, if a 90-year-old can drive this car by itself, no problems, no breakdown, this car is reliable. So sometimes, it's not exactly what you tell people about the features of your product, but the stories that you tell around your product will make people understand more about your product better as well. So, like myself, I'm involved in quite a number of companies at least I'm involved in. So sometimes now I sell different products, and when people hear the story, to say, hang on, I used to have this problem, and now I took this product, it helped me A, B, C, D, E. Than you telling to say, hang on, this product has got A, B, C, D, E, it's gonna do A, B, C, D, E for you. People sometimes don't get it. But when you tell somebody's story, to say, hang on, the results might not be the same. My daughter has eczema. I've been having problems. She's been trying so many things. She's been using so many things. But once at least she started using this product, she's never had any problems with her eczema. And now she's behaving like any normal girl who wants to look beautiful and do that as well. So that story helps somebody say, hang on, I think I like this product, because a lot of people have challenges, and look at this as well. So it's also very important for you to be able to measure, especially as well in your business, in your teamwork, how are people are doing the work as well. So I'm not saying, I know some, let's say if you're running a company, you need to look at how your employees are attending to work, their attendance. How do they, now people are working from online, but how are they showing up? Are they producing the desired results? Are they showing up and producing the desired results? And also the efficiency on how people are doing the work, the quality of the work that they are producing as well. And you need to be able to measure that as well, to say, hang on, because there's no point in having people working and producing, but they're producing poor quality work. That's going to cost your reputation. That's going to cost you a lot of work. So as well, measure how your team is performing. If you're in a network marketing business, you discover that, hang on, you don't have authority over anybody on what they do as well. So, but then you still need to work as a team. You're leading an army of volunteers. You need to get them into production mode, guide them so that they can do the work that at least they need to do. So you need to provide leadership and guidance on people on how to become productive. So many people, they come into, especially network marketing businesses, they think it's a pyramid scheme, things will just happen on their own. No, it's a business like any other business as well. You need to have strategies in place on how to do the work as well. But you're working with volunteers. That's the only difference. That's really there as well, and the leverages that at least come with it as well. So another thing as well, stay close to the core of your business. Get involved. Even if you're the CEO, sometimes get down into the shop floor and see how people are working and how are they. Don't just sit in the office and just read reports only. No, you miss out on so many things that you can improve on when you see how people are working, because you're now seeing this from a different level. You're not seeing it from a lower level. You're not seeing it, you're not in the mud of things, you're not in the thick of things. You're seeing it from a higher level and say, hang on, why is this person doing things like this? Why can't they do this as well? So you can see some of the inefficiencies that are being done as well. And also, let's say one day you might decide to do some of the work, and you might realize, hang on, this is something that strain us. How can somebody maybe keep on doing A, B, C, D, E for their lives? And you can now see ways on how to improve so that at least your employees can have better working conditions than them toying and just always coming in as complaints. But if you have the feel of it, you will understand it better. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying as a CEO you must always be there in the shop floor doing the work. No, but at least have a feel and understanding of how these things work as well. And most of the time, focus on the strength of people. I've got I work with so many people in my business as well. So I focus on the strength of people, and at the same time, I look at some of the areas that we need to correct and help them move. If they have got certain weaknesses that have got an impact, a negative impact on their production or on their business, we start trying to address those. But if it's a weakness that has got no impact on it and everything, I will not even focus on it. But if it's any weakness that's going to start having negative impacts on the business or on their performance, you start addressing it slowly, because if you focus on their strength, they start producing, it builds up confidence that even when you correct them over their weaknesses, it's no longer an issue for them. They're no longer defensive about them. They start realizing, hang on, if I improve on this, it's going to help me catapult myself to the next level as well. So one thing I want you to understand is the world is keeping on changing, and right now with this corona, one thing I want you to understand is these lockdowns and these things that are happening right now. It's a great challenge for you to relook at your current and business ways and reevaluate as well. So the world of business is ever changing, and even though you're staying firm in your values, it is crucial for the success of a business to continue learning and changing so you stay ahead of the curve. As otherwise, and always stay up to the trends in the market and design world to make sure that your brand stays relevant and that your product continues to serve its purpose. So really look at as well and say, hang on, now look at people who own some of these supermarkets and shops as well, because these lockdowns, people are not able to spend. Look at people who are doing restaurants. They have to be creative to ensure that their businesses stays afloat, because you can't just close and say, hang on, there's a lockdown, I can't do this. Create an environment that's going to keep you going as well, and see how you can embrace technology in doing certain things as well. Just like right now, we are creating online virtual shops. We're teaching people how to create a massive business online. And we are doing things online right now. If you're listening to this message, you're online. We're creating online schools. Schools are learning. So everyone now understands the power of virtual markets. So get into the trend, jump onto that. Don't be left behind. So every business, one thing many people fail to do as well is to embrace failure. So I always tell people, make your failure or make your pain your gain. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from that. And that way, at least you're going to continue growing your business as well. So don't take in any of your failures and cry about them. Go and change your failures and transform the failures into a gain. Just like this year, we started into a new company, and we didn't know anything about certain things. So we made a lot of mistakes. People invested money, and what happened was we didn't know how to take full advantage of everything. But now some people got frustrated, and some people said, hang on, we are frustrated, but let's take our pain into a gain. And they've transformed. We've now transformed how we do business, how we do things. Now we know exactly how to take advantage of the whole situation. And now people who had been frustrated and who turned their pain into gain are smiling all the way to the bank now, because they now know how to do things. So don't let your failures frustrate you out of the game. Let your failures inspire you to the next level. Let your failures motivate you to be a better person who's going to take you to the next level. So turn your pain into a gain. So one thing I just want to highlight as well is to say, hang on, people, you need to make a difference. And as a business owner, strive to make the environment within your company or your business operate inspired to work. And you should also endeavor to make the world outside of your company a great place to live. Creating brand comes with the responsibility of making an impact at the employee or customer level, but your brand can also serve a greater purpose by taking sustainability measures or even focusing on community-based cause. Just like earlier on, I was talking to another lady. She wants to attend to. She's entering some of these beauty pageant, and she's competing. So I was talking to her and say, "Hang on, why do you want to compete at this level?" So she was sharing her story, her desire to say, "You know what? I've gone through this. I know a lot of people have gone through this, but they are suffering in there. So I want to use this platform as well to be able to impact the world, to impact the community, to impact a lot of charities. She has to serve and generate some money which she's going to donate to charities." So I said, hang on, this is quite interesting as well. We need to impact. And we're talking about it and said, you know what? There's something that I'm working on. It's going to be coming out as well on impacting the world and the community. I was saying, you know what, I'm working on something which is called, because our brand is transform your reality, but this one I want to brand it, transform the girl child. To look at it, I've got girls that I want to see different. I know a lot of people are talking about violence against women and all those things against women as well. But the problem sometimes is the way maybe we end up coming across the message to people. So it's more like the man or this person is to blame, or this one is to blame, or this one is happening. So the message is sometimes some of it comes in good light, some of it comes in a way that, hang on, people might not want to associate with as well. So I want to work on something as well with people to say, hang on, let's start this. But then I can't go out to the world when I don't have an impact in my own girls. So I want to start with my girls. I'm already starting something, then a little community, then later on push it out to the whole community. But I'm testing the principles that I've just shared with you here and have them. Then once at least you start also having results, then I go out there to the world and say, hang on, this is what at least we're doing. The most important thing as well, which many people overlook, is to celebrate your success. There is no success that's too big or too small not to be celebrated. The success of just even maintaining your business for a year or for doing something, whether for 2 months, 3 months, getting whatever you've got, just celebrate it. It gives you more energy as well. Just do something, maybe go for a movie night, go maybe have a barbecue or a braai or whatever it is with friends to say, hey guys, this is, I just want to celebrate this and have a good time. So uh, don't overcome your success as well. And one thing I just want also to highlight is also be open for feedback. Be open for feedback, whether it's negative, positive, or whatever you might look at it. Be open for feedback so that allow people to give you feedback. So this is one thing I learned earlier on, to say, hang on, it's not easy to get feedback that you don't like to hear. So learn to be open to hear those things that you don't want to hear. Because those things that you don't want to hear, you not hearing them, it does not mean they go away. I would rather deal with those things that I don't want to hear now and change and transform and be a better person. Because, but what I'm saying is also you have to listen the feedback from the right people with the right intentions, who've got your back, and people who want to see you win and want to see you succeed. I mean, there are some people who just say anything or negative about you. So myself, I've just learned not to bother myself. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. People can say whatever they want. People can say whatever they want to say about you. I don't have to agree or agree with everybody or disagree with everybody. But I also have my own values and my own principles that I have to stick by. But if I feel that, hang on, what this person is saying is also true and valid, I have to listen and take action about it. And if I feel that, hey, it's coming from a pure heart or from pure good intentions, I also have to relook at myself and change accordingly. What I'm saying is, you don't have to just agree with everybody or any negative thing that's being said to you. You don't have to overlook anything that's said to you. Evaluate it and see where you need to change yourself. So I hope at least what I've just said to you is going to help you apply whatever you can and make a big difference to you, to yourself as well. One important thing is set goals and go out there and take action to implement the goals that at least you do have. I can't wait to see you. Please share and send me also messages. Go onto our website, go onto our I do have a lot of chats of people there as well. Reach out to us on WhatsApp, social media, whichever platform you can reach out to us and chat as well. And I can't wait to see you at the top. Thank you so much for being part of this call and being part of the people that at least will join us on these calls as well. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful week ahead with you. Can't wait to see you next week, Monday. Enjoy yourself. God bless you.